You know I'm obsessed with beer, so naturally I'm at Flying Dog Brewery in Frederick, Maryland. We're premiering a new movie we made called When Hops Cross Borders here tonight. We're going to be talking to the head brewer, the president. We're going to be talking about beer and economics, and we're going to dork out. Check it out. Tonight we're here to show for the very first time a documentary that we shot in Serbia, documenting this important collaboration between Flying Dog here in the United States and Dogma in Serbia. They made a collaboration called Flying Dogma. It's a delicious IPA. I've talked about my obsession with IPAs, but it's really a metaphor for Misi's understanding of entrepreneurship, for what happens when people collaborate across borders, when goods and services and ideas, maybe they start in northern Germany and they come to the United States and they add dill pickle juice, and then they go back to Serbia, they come back here. All of this insane disruption, this free trade that crosses borders, that's everything that we believe in, and it's the only way that you get a beer as delicious as this.
Come inside. For the end, the freshest and the cutest and the, let's say, most, yes, I'm proud of Hoptopod. I'm proud of all my beers, but this is something which can be, I don't know, maybe crossroad for this brewery. Who knows what we will get from this. This is that Flying Dogma collaboration of Flying Dog and Dogma. IPA, fruity, dry with Galaxy hops, and called Flying Dogma Galaxy IPA.
This bottle's like a day old, maybe?
Fresh as a hell.
Beautiful.
The freshest one.
And this is a collaboration with you and Flying Dog based in Maryland, in the US.
Story. Crazy story.
So I talk about one of my gateway beers was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Probably everyone here had a gateway experience with that. But one of the other ones was Doggy Style Pale Ale, which I first had in Aspen. I don't know when. I don't really want to reveal my age up here, but you guys back in the day were testing your customers to try something insanely hoppy. And today you have a Doggy Style up here now, and it tastes like a fairly standard pale ale, and you're like, well, a lot of people make that, but back then you were like challenging your customers to do something that they didn't really know about yet. And how was it like in the early days, just trying to get people to try something that they'd never had before?
Well, I don't know how much it was trying to get other people to try things as much as it was brewing the things that we love to drink. And so, as you point out, yeah, I mean, if you look at Sierra or Doggy Style back 20 years ago, definitely a little more adventurous then. And now, of course, we've got the majority of our beers here are a lot more adventurous than that beer was then. So, yeah, I think it's the evolution of how we perceive our preferences, and then how our brewing style follows that, and how that develops over time.
So the logic of this, it's fascinating to me, because a lot of people think about businessmen as sort of pandering to their customers, and what the customer's always right, and you mentioned this, like drinkability is an important part of this, but another part of this is you guys are creating something that you're not sure if these guys are going to like it. it might bomb in the marketplace. What's the tension between creating something awesome and selling a lot of beer?
Do you want from Serbia or from America?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, no, for us, as I told you, drinkability is the first thing. Why? Because the scene is really young. 5 years ago, you could try something which is maybe related to craft. You can try from 1992, something which is like house brew, similar to house brew to German or Czech brew houses, but at this moment, this is something which is related with cheap beer, with something which is from technological.
We call it Budweiser.
No, it's not. It's not even Budweiser. No, I'm not speaking about big players. I'm speaking about entrepreneurs. What the word? And to be entrepreneur, yeah. That is a really hard word, yeah. And few years ago, we just tried to start to evolve as a scene, to give people a lesson, to give a customer a lesson. Customer is, you said the customer is the frontier, but as Matt said, we need to drink that beer, and I've had lots of interviews and watched interviews of legendary brewers, and everybody is saying, yes, we are producing the beer which we need to drink. I was like, okay, everybody's saying that. And we started, yes, you need to drink this beer to represent it as best as you can. Because if this inside of this glass is a trash, you can speak until not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow. You can speak a month about that, and you can speak and do it like mantra. But if that has no quality, you cannot get definitely you cannot get turnaround and at the end the business. I think it's a simple thing. It's not a big philosophy. It's the hardest to produce. We spoke a lot about that. It's the hardest moment to produce product with a high quality and to go through and to pursue people to come back. I don't know. Everything goes by with energy, by nature or by some other force. Who knows? But the main thing is you need to give a glass to people to try it. If they like it, you're cool. That's it.
Well, I think, yeah, you need to keep kind of pushing the envelopes. Of course, this is an artistic product, if you will, right? So we have some programs internally in the brewery where we encourage people to bring their creativity to our new brews. And some of them end up being great successes and part of our full-time lineup, and some of them don't have very long lives, and that's okay.
It's really dynamic.
Yeah,
that's it.
We want to see, yeah.
But it's a simple thing. I think it's a simple communication all the time. Customer with the product, customer with entrepreneur, customer with the market. That's it.
I'll also add to that, and it's been mentioned in several ways, but beer is no longer just beer. And I will reveal my age. I'm 100, unlike Matt. So for most of my life, beer was just beer, and people either liked beer or they didn't. I was just talking to Megan earlier. She's a wine drinker. And there's a whole range of beer. She likes the strawberry rhubarb. Because if somebody drinks and they like something, there's almost always a beer that fits with it. That's the big difference in the world today. So if you like mint juleps, Matt and his team brewed a mint julep beer last year. It tasted like gin. So you can find these flavors, and that is what's so exciting and interesting. So yes, while most breweries put out beers that reflects the taste preferences of the people behind the brewery, there is pretty much something for everybody these days.
To follow up on that, like what's so interesting about Flying Dog is you guys are big. Like you're big players. You have national distribution. You have some global distribution, right? It's like you guys are out there, and yet you're not trying to dominate the product, the marketplace with just your lead beer. because the customers will no longer tolerate that, you're constantly innovating, and you're like, I'm going to make a mint julep beer, and I don't know what's going to happen. This could suck really bad.
Especially if you don't like mint julep.